Now, I know that here at UIC, it just so happens that the graduate college urban health program kind of serves as as an umbrella, or certainly a partner to the summer research opportunities program. How many of your students are doing research that's based in the health professions, and then how many are doing research that's kind of outside of that sphere?
Well, we have about 40. We have 41 students this year in our cohort, and of that 41, I would say about maybe 12 to 13 of them are actually doing health-related research, and our other students are doing everything from social sciences to humanities, social work, all different types of fields. So we have a rich diversity in terms of the research areas in the program.
Where do your students typically come from? I would imagine if we're talking about underserved populations, are we talking about urban kids? Are we talking about city of Chicago kids? Are we talking about kids from all over the country? Because you mentioned you were part of a larger network. Where do these kids come from? And I shouldn't even say kids. That's probably disrespectful because many of these folks are adult students who are doing some very significant research.
Well, they actually come from all over. We have students that come from the local area institutions such as Northeastern Illinois University. We have some students from Northern Illinois, Eastern Illinois, and then we have a couple of students from DePaul. Even our own UIC students participate in the program. And then we get students who come in from various campuses. We have students from University of Puerto Rico. We have 2 students this year from Ivy League institutions, one from Brown University and one from Colgate. So we have a rich diversity in terms of the represented campuses that we have. So everyone from the historically black colleges and universities, Jackson State, Grambling, Tuskegee, Morehouse, we have those. Students from Big Ten institutions such as Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State. So, and even we have California and Texas schools that also have students participating in our program. So we get about 900 applications for those slots. So it's a very competitive application process, but we try our best to select not the best students, but the best students for our program, and the students who really articulate a desire to pursue graduate study.
Okay. Just a reminder, you are watching the Urban Health Hotline here on CAN TV. Remember, it is a call-in show, so if you've got questions for Alan about the Summer Research Opportunities Program or about any of the programs that we offer through the University of Illinois Urban Health Program, don't hesitate to give us a call at 312-738-1060. Alan, some people have referred to SROP as a pipeline program, and we hear this discussion about pipeline programs a lot lately, that the education reform bills are talking about, how are we going to grease the pipeline, as it were, and make sure that students are coming into graduate study, coming into college study. How does SROP fit into that pipeline model?
It's somewhat of a pipeline, but not completely. And when I say not completely, I mean that participation in the program does not guarantee you admission into the graduate program of your choice. Students who participate in the program are not automatically admitted into UIC's graduate programs or other programs, but it is a pipeline in the sense that it connects our students to that network of graduate programs, faculty members, and administrators who can be instrumental in them enrolling in graduate programs, whether it's at UIC or at other institutions around the country.
Let's talk too, since we're talking about the pipeline, and specifically about students that traditionally haven't been in that pipeline, minority students, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, other minorities. Why is it important that we have a cadre of minority researchers? Why is it important that we have minority faculty that we're developing?
That's a good question. Well, actually, I would say when you look at what the dynamic makeup of the country will be in years to come, there is a huge diversity that's about to take place in the country. And that diversity has to be represented in academia. So a lot of times you have different populations that are being studied, and certain populations that are being studied can benefit from having faculty members who are actually from those populations, because there's a different dynamic that goes into the research when there's a faculty member researching a particular topic from that background in which he or she comes from. So when we're talking about the diversity, that the face of diversity that this nation is going to have in years to come, it's only beneficial to have members of academia resemble that as closely as possible.
Getting back to the program, you mentioned that around the third week in July or so is when you have that big conference. So I assume you're kind of in the middle of a SROP program cycle right now.
I am. We are. We've just completed we're in the middle of our fourth week. And in about 3 weeks, we will take off to The Ohio State University to take the students down for the conference, and we're getting them prepared for that. So right now, they are not only working on their research projects, but they're also developing their poster presentations, because each one of the students in the UIC program will be presenting a poster in terms of what they've done on their research projects so far this summer.
Talk a little bit more about those presentations, because I know that I've had an opportunity to participate in some of these research forums, these conferences where the students are presenting, and there's some really exciting things that these students are doing, and they seem to get so much out of it.
They have such a diversity and such a variety of different research topics. We have students that are doing research in social work. We have students that are doing research in chemistry, engineering. So the research topics vary from end to end, whether it's 18th century literature or whether it's the current state of Latino women in the state of Texas in reference to job opportunities. So, I mean, the topics are very, very narrow. They're cut down and very specific. So instead of just saying, oh, it's social work, it could talk about a myriad of different things within social work. So, and the students are really getting a lot out of the program. In addition to the program, they also receive free GRE training. And that's one of the big pluses behind our program, is that students actually receive free training for the graduate records examination that they have to take in order to get to graduate school.
Well, I imagine that there's got to be some students out there that are watching right now, maybe still in high school, maybe they haven't even started their undergraduate career yet, but they've got to be thinking, boy, this sounds like something that I need to make sure I'm plugged into once I get to school, once I get to college, once I enroll in a university. What should students who are maybe in high school now, or students that are just starting their undergraduate career, what should they be doing? What kind of courses should they be taking? What kind of skills should they be developing on their own to make sure that they're competitive to get into a program that you said you got 41 slots and 900 applications? So how can students prepare themselves now so that they can take advantage of this outstanding program?
Well, first of all, I would say adopt the mentality now that a college degree is not enough. Adopt the mentality right now that a bachelor's degree from college will not be enough in the next 6-7 years. You will need some type of post-baccalaureate degree to make you competitive in the global market that we're about to face, or the one that we're facing now. So I want students right now to really not think that once I do 4 years, 5 years of college, and I'm done with school. I want you to really continue to think about ways to improve your skill set so you can go to graduate school. And sometimes it's not the most popular choice right now, but it's a very rewarding choice and has incredible benefits and payoffs. Also, I would say take the time to research the area in which you want to be. If you want to be an engineer, talk to engineering faculty, talk to professors that are in engineering, do research or Google searches on engineering professions. What is the salaries? What are the tenures of working with one particular company? What is the degree completion time for a graduate degree in engineering? So all of those different things I would encourage them to start doing now. And you don't necessarily have to be a college student to do that type of research. But one, definitely begin to really think that a college degree will not be enough. You will need something else. Also, to think about whatever it is that you'd like to do, research it now and try to connect yourself to people who are actually in those positions or adjacent to them. So if you're interested in public health, the next time you go to the clinic or the next time you go to the hospital with your mother or your aunt, ask to speak to someone candidly about their profession. Ask them how long have they worked in their position? How did they get there? What are some type of things that they had to do to prepare themselves for that type of occupation?
All right, well, Alan, we're starting to get a little low on time here.
Okay.
This has been a wonderful conversation, and you've shared a lot of information that I think is right on point. Your last point about a college degree isn't enough. I really hope that our listeners do take heed to that. We've done some research not all that long ago that indicated that with every degree that you earn, your annual earning potential increases by somewhere between $7,000 and $15,000 a year. And so, a high school diploma may be worth, $30,000 a year in terms of a salary, whereas an associate's degree then makes you worth 37, 38, maybe $40,000 a year, and then a bachelor's degree makes your earning potential over into the 40s, and so on and so forth. And so those people who want to earn a living that will truly afford them a good lifestyle, a comfortable lifestyle, they need to be thinking about doing more than just getting that first degree. They need to keep pushing.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. For more information on the Summer Research Opportunities Program, or any of the programs that are offered by the Urban Health Program at the University of Illinois, please call us. Our information is right here. It is 312-996-7727. That's the general number for the Urban Health Program at the University of Illinois at Chicago. You also see our website address there as well. And you can see that the Urban Health Program has offices in all of the health sciences, so we can help you pursue your career aspirations in any of the health sciences. Please be sure to visit us online for more information or call us to learn more about how you can become involved with the Urban Health Program. And please join us again next week for another installment of the UIC Urban Health Hotline. For the UIC Urban Health Program, I'm DJ Wells.